I think we're running out of time, and it's quite bad. It's quite serious. So, we've reached a point where AI is taking a big impact on our physical lives. We started with chatbots, maybe some automated calls, and we thought it would end there. But as time goes on, we're kind of figuring out that it's a lot more than that. When you actually think about it, it's far more than that. It's it goes down to the level of what is a human being, to be very honest with you. Um, to give a little bit about myself, my background is in IT, software development. The reality is that most of our decision makings are yes and no's, if and no's, if else. And when you think about it, we've reached a point where we can continue doing that to the level where, yeah. Um and the weirdest part about all of this is the weirdest part about all of this is it happened so fast. It happened so fast. Most of us thought it was going to happen in 2030. If we're being honest, most of us thought this was going to happen in 2030, but not 2026. Not 2026. Like right now, when we look around, the world is changing, and it's changing in such a fast pace that we can't actually track or have a trajectory of where we're going to be by 2030, so I'm trying to figure out with my own life, and I guess with whoever's watching as well, with their own life, what kind of moves are you going to make? What directions are you going to go to? It's a serious question. It's a serious question because at the point that we're at, it's this is crunch time basically. This is crunch time. Now, from my point of view, I think as and I have to start separating this. From my point of view, I think as human beings, we have to now start to see we have to start seeing ourselves as individuals who need to survive. And as individuals who need to survive, we have to position ourselves in the right way. Um, we have to protect ourselves. It's as simple as that. It's we've basically created a new form of life, and this new form of life is way smarter than most of us. Let's just be honest. I've seen AI do some things that I was like, wow, this is incredible. This is actually incredible. And we're all using AI in different ways. There's so many different chatbots out there, from the chat GPTs or LLMs, from the chat GPTs to Claude. I think Claude is one of the best, to be honest with you. Hands down, one of the best. And the funniest part about that is there might be a new competitor tomorrow. There might be a new competitor tomorrow. So the question we need to ask ourselves is, how do we protect ourselves? How do we protect ourselves? Because we're getting to the point where we might be, I think we're already obsolete. I was going to say we might be, we're already obsolete. Like, we are actually obsolete. For lack of better words, we're done out here. We're done. And it's so crazy how fast it's happening. So if this is 2026, What do you think 2030 is going to be like? What do you think it's going to be like in 2030? And I think as people, we all kind of need to make a pivot in how we think, um, and how we do things. We all need to make a sort of drastic pivot in how we do things. It's unquestionable, and I think for each and every one of us, it's going to be a different way or a different drastic aspect of how we do things. Um, for some people, for myself, I think maybe a little bit of different types of labor, skilled labor, will be important. Being able to understand farming will be important. Um, maybe even media, because I think we all have a story that we can share with each other, and we can always learn from each other. There's still ways for human to human learning that it's still very important to us, but to the world, I don't know if that's important. It's crazy, but that's the reality. That's the reality. I don't know if what we value as humans is valuable to the world anymore. I know there's people. Well, look, my background. I'm from United Kingdom. I'm from London, and in London, things feel a little bit. It may be the biggest city in the world, but to a lot of people in the different towns in UK, they just see things as they see it. You know, keeping things local as they see it. The difference is with AI, I think all those different areas will be interrupted. All those areas are going to be interrupted. So if you're in your area in United Kingdom, you're just thinking about whatever you're thinking about. Tomorrow, there might be a robot delivering your food, and we've all seen those little robots delivering food. McDonald's, there's no one behind the checker. Maybe one or two people. Remember the times during Christmas time, you go to McDonald's, maybe at least 5 years ago, the back room is packed. It's so many different workers flipping burgers. That that might be going out the window. That might be going out the window. You probably go to a McDonald's on a busy Friday night, and what would you see? Self checkouts and machines making your burger, and that's it. No people in there. Maybe a manager to close the shop once it's closed, once it's done. That's about it. And you can just think about the number of jobs that are going out the window, the number of starting lines that are going out the window. So that's why I think, just at such a small level, just the food level, food deliveries, retail jobs, at that level, so much change is being impacted. So I think as people, like, we all kind of need to pivot from our ways of thinking. We all kind of need to pivot. You know, I think we need to now start finding more meaning in experiences rather than work. Because, look, for the last how many hundreds of years, people have found their value through the work that they do. And that work is being taken away. Like it or not, I just talked about McDonald's workers, but the reality is lawyers are going to be impacted. Software developers are going to be impacted. Accountants are going to be impacted. CEOs are going to be impacted. Like right now, Mark Zuckerberg is trying to make an AI CEO. Maybe it might not work this year, but by 2030, some companies won't need humans and they can still make huge amounts of revenue, and they're not going to need humans. You know, we are literally going into something that has been going around the technology space as era digitalis. And this new era digitalis, is it's going to be different. And the question is, are you ready?